Hello guys, I have been so lucky that EA has decided to let me playtest and get early access to the new season Shockwave. And Shockwave is a good way to put it. There's a lot of shocking things that have happened. The main ones being the Assist Nerf, long-awaited, as well as Akimbo weapons, new map, and a bunch of other different changes. So I'm going to be going over each thing in detail and give you guys some new insight to some new gameplay and show you guys some of that. So hopefully all of this doesn't come as too much of a shock as I tell you about the new season.
Anticipation.
So this is the E District. So for the E District, we now have a map full of 17 POIs. This is a very action-packed map from the devs. They have said that they wanted to draw on Eastern cultures and have a multicultural map that had a little bit of a cyberpunk vibe. So the lore behind this map is that they were about to have their 400th birthday celebration, but all of that had to be halted because of the storm on Storm Point that you guys all saw last season. That storm caused a bunch of issues for the E District because of their power supply. So as you can see in the middle of the map, there is a POI called Energy Bank. That was the source for the E District's power. So once the storm hit and all of them lost power, all of the civilians started riots in the middle of the Energy Bank. While all these riots were happening, Alter showed up and came down here to Humbert Labs and started a chemical spill. This chemical spill made everyone evacuate. So with the chemical spill happening and no power, everyone had to leave the district. And so once Watson fixes the power for Storm Point, there's now this E District that has power. The Syndicate comes in and does what they do best. They cleared it all out and said, this is the new spot for the Apex game.
Hope you're ready. Let's do this, bro.
Oh my god, this is so cool.
Remember to keep
The devs have said that there's a ton of tiny details in this map of lore, and I'm sure a lot of hidden things. The map is beautiful, so I am really excited to continue exploring it, but they really did a good job of capturing the cyberpunk vibe.
Are you fighting a ghost over there or what?
Allie! What? I'm just running around. I just wanted to get a view of this area over here. So the biggest change this season that's coming is players will no longer have 0.6 or 0.4 aim assist in PC lobbies. Aim assist is getting nerfed. They've nerfed the aim assist by 25%, so now you got 0.3. And this applies to all players playing in a PC lobby. If you're a console player and you load into a PC lobby, you will have 0.3 aim assist. This is across the board as a nerf. So no longer will the days of 0.4 aim assist be a thing. So the biggest changes for the game, other than aim assist being nerfed, is the Akimbo mode for the P20s and the Mozambique. This is a feature in the game that the devs have been wanting for a really long time, and they have finally done it. One of the cool things about it is if you equip any attachments to them, then it goes onto both of them, so you don't need to find like 2 light mags or 2 shotgun bolts or anything. They go onto both of them. When you ADS, this is what it looks like for the P20. On ADS is like this. And these freaking shred. Like, insanity. Like, I feel like this is going to be really broken. I mean, the TTK is literally insane. That is a huge new change. Now, I wonder if they're going to change the loot pool a lot, because it's pretty easy to get 2 P20s and Mozambiques these days. So another huge change to the game is being able to equip and unequip the health bars of your enemies.
shooting.
You can't see it unless you're actually like shooting at that person.
They're shooting at
for like
me.
2 seconds.
Is that like a permanent thing?
Yeah, the health bars, yeah, that's like you can equip it or unequip it in your game, and like every mode, ranked, everything.
What?
Yeah, you now have health bars.
Like Revenant. What?
It's like everyone's seer queued. If you hit them at all, then you can see their health for a while, unless they're in smoke or like hiding. If I shoot you and you like crouch down out of my line of sight, then it goes away. And like if you go out of my line of sight, then the bar goes away. No matter if I like peek back out, I have to hit you
A
again.
thief is only as good as her tools. I should upgrade mine.
In your settings, you are supposed to be able to equip and unequip this feature, so you don't have to have it on if you don't want it. I think that it's pretty helpful. If you do any damage to your enemies, then you can see their health. And unless you go out of the line of sight, then it stays up there, which is an interesting change. I'm interested to see how this goes. I think I like the feature, but we're just gonna have to see with time how that works out. The Havoc is getting a nerf. Hopefully it's going to be enough. There's a nerf to the mag sizes as well as the hip fire is nerfed, but it still seems pretty broken. I wouldn't get your hopes up too much yet about the Havoc nerf because it still seems pretty crazy, but we'll just see how that goes. I think that it's gonna need to be nerfed again. The devs did say that if it's not where they want it to be, that they will nerf it again, but this is what they're going to try to do to balance it for right now. Speaking of another thing that needs to get nerfed that's not getting nerfed is Revenant. Unfortunately, Revenant is not getting nerfed this season, even though we all want Rev to be nerfed. Another big change is the R9 is in the care package. That motherfucker is shredding. I want that. Like, you could be one clip in, kids, left and right with this. Another change to the weapon meta will be with the LMGs. Any of the LMGs now have a hop up. It's called Gun Shield Generator. And I know that's probably thinking like, oh, Gibby Shield? Yes, that's exactly what it is. When you shoot, you have a shield that pops up when you're ADSing, and it will mitigate, I'm pretty sure 50 damage for any of the not bulky characters, but up to 75 on Gibby. But that also doesn't make sense to me. Need to confirm that for sure, because I think it's 75, that's what the dev said, but we weren't really sure. If you take that damage, then it will regen over time, and then it will come back. So with the LMGs, you have that new added protection, as well as y'all have seen how the Devo can mow down some kids as well. Well, now, whatever they did to the Devo to change the hipfire, they also have changed the LMG's hipfire pattern. So similar to how the Devo works when you're just clipping kids with it, we now have that same thing for all LMGs. So basically, my guess for this season, you're going to be ran at with different LMGs and the P20 Mozam combo. It's gonna be doing a lot of damage very fast, very fast. Okay, so another weapon change that I haven't mentioned is the PK and the Mastiff are getting reworked a little bit. So now they have taken away some of the pellets from the bullet spray, and with the Mastiff it's still the same bullet pattern, but the PK has a whole new spread pattern that is completely new. You can see it's now like an upside down kind of triangle thing. They did this to hopefully reward people when they're using their shotguns. So instead of having more pellets and getting less damage on each shot because you're missing some of those pellets, you'll be rewarded more for hitting those pellets that you are hitting. So it'll be easier to get max pumps, hopefully making the meta more diverse than it has maybe in the past. So I think maybe shotguns will be a little bit more viable. I'm excited for the PK changes. One huge change that I do not have film for is the beacon change for the recon beacons. They are now faster, but they also only show a certain distance from you. They don't show the whole map where all of the enemies are. For over 15 seconds, it will live update a live ping on your enemies. So it is a big change, especially for comp. The Evo buff to it is no longer 100, 150, it's now 75. So you only get 75 Evo for scanning it, but there's a lot more of them and they are much faster now. So that also with the crypto buff coming is going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Another change to the different type of legends is the control legends. So I don't know about you, but if you've ever set up a building with caustic, and then had enemies like come around you, and then you want to move to a different building, or you've got to rotate for a ring or whatever reason, but you had to go all the way over to the barrel and pick it up. Well, no longer do you have to do that. All you have to do is look in their direction, and then you can pick them up. So that allows you to move your shop up very quickly. As long as you look at it, you can pick it up, you get that charge back, so you can pretty much, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be lying. My instinct is immediately to just like start running and chucking barrels like every 5 feet and then just picking them up. I don't know. That's not what it's going to be used for, but to me, I think it's quite funny. So you can pick up your traps from 75 meters away. All you have to do is look in that location and then hit whatever button you have bound to it, and you can automatically pick up those barrels and then get your charges back. So that's a huge change. Should be excited to see. Okay, so yeah, that change is not only for caustic barrels, it is for all of the controller legends. You can put down your pylons, your walls, your spikes, or your barrels and pick them up as long as you're looking in their direction from up to 75 meters away. So that will change a lot of the gameplay of how fast you are picking up and setting down shop. So it should be able to give you a lot of different places to be holding some ground. And I think a lot of that will go well with the new map, since there's so many different buildings and different little places that just so much playable area. I think that it'll be a good addition to have like a control legend on your team. I think that that's the majority, like all of the legends, like buffs or nerfs. The other stuff will be in the patch notes, but for the main points that the devs hit on were the controller legends changing, Rev is not getting a nerf, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the legends. So another big thing that is going to change the game completely as we like know it, not like a huge change, but this is a big change for everyone that's played the game, how it's always been. So halfway through the game, all the bins that have been looted throughout the game will close and be re-rolled. Some of those bins will turn into gold bins that will have gold loot, like gold backpacks, gold knocks, gold helmets, all sorts of things like that, maybe gold attachments. And then there will be one mythic bin. Everyone on the map, everyone that's in that game will know where the mythic bin is. And the mythic bin will kind of be like a special weapons cache or something. Like, it doesn't open immediately. It takes time to open the bin before you can get what's inside, but it will likely have like a care package weapon and potentially an Evo cache in it. So it will be fun to fight for those bins, but you have to remember that everyone knows where they are on the map. Once all of the bins close and open, or close from being opened halfway through, then everyone will know where that mythic bin is and will probably be racing to it. The only other change to like shooting your gun or like aim assist is there is now no weapon flinch. So in the past, your weapon would get flinched by certain things like arc stars or steer Q or whatever it may be. But now the only time you will get a weapon flinch is if you are fighting in the ring, because we're not supposed to do that. So that's the only time that you will have any flinch on your gun. So they're taking away that as well. Okay, so here is the welcome pass. This is also a new change. This is not for the everyday player, but more so for the new players that are now coming to the game. So the welcome pass has, I think, 10 different levels. There's just a few things that it goes through, and just it has these challenges, and it's just a way to help the new player out. I think a lot of the devs' focus was to help bridge, or I know that a lot of it was to help bridge the gameplay gap for new players and the skill gap, because we don't want people to not know how to play the game. We want people to get better at the game and everyone to be better and to make things more competitive. So I think that a lot of things that are geared to the new player are different this season, and I think that they will help definitely. So not only do they have the new welcome pass, they also have the new bot royale mode. That is a mode that you and your friend can load into and fight against bots. This will hopefully give the new player a good sense of what's going to be happening in the game, as well as have someone to help them out and go through it and hopefully get their like footing in the game a little bit. So that's a new thing that's like replacing the orientation matches that you had to go through. So that is a new change as well. the battle pass. So they have completely changed the way that the battle pass works. I mean, not really. Basically, if you're an everyday player, you're still gonna get through the battle pass. You'll still get the rewards you're gonna get. But they make it a little bit easier for players that maybe don't play all that much playtime and they still want people to want to get the battle pass and finish it. So as you can see, like I am level 3, so I have gotten these first levels. And then it continues to go along. So this is like levels 1 through 10. And then they have levels 1 through 20, 1 through 30, 1 through 40, 1 through 50, 1 through 60. So this is the premium battle pass, which you get all of these skins in, and you can see all of those. Okay, so at level 20 you get the Mirage skin, at level 30 you'll get the PK skin, at level 40 you'll get the Lobo skin, at level 50 you get a new Altar skin, as well as in between there you get this badass Rampart skin, which I love. I think it's adorable. And then level 60 is an interactive alternator skin. This is what we've got going. So yeah, that's over everything for the battle pass. It's not too crazy. It's pretty much the same thing for everyday players, but it's more changes to do with how fast you can get through the battle pass more than anything. Okay, so there's a new mode for trios, which takes away the respawn beacons, the need for banners. You will not have to craft them, you have to get them. And it is replaced with a timer. So you load into a game with your friends and then you go and you fight, and then one of your teammates gets killed. Their timer automatically starts, and when that timer is up, then your teammate will respawn back to you like they do in 3 strikes. But you can make this timer go faster by doing damage and getting kills. So this timer is sped up as you are doing damage and kills, basically incentivizing you to stay in the fight, not just run away. You won't be rewarded with that, but you will be rewarded if you stay in the fight and you stay alive, and you will get your teammates back all up until the final round, which is similar to 3 strikes. You will no longer have your teammates spawn in. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think it'll be really fun. So Straight Shot is back. It is the same mode that we had. Their only changes is that Revival is also in play here. So the same thing, your teammates will still spawn in, respawn if they died. So no respawn beacons, no banners, same thing. So same event as Straight Shot as we had in the past. The map rotation for ranked and for pubs will be the new map, E-District, Storm Point, and Broken Moon. So no more Olympus, no World's Edge, no KC. And then we still have the mixtape as we have had it. So that is the rundown. We'll have Trios Revival, Straight Shot, Ranked, same mixtape, and then there is a new little thing for all of our new players. Okay, so that was everything for you guys. I hope that it was a good update for you guys and let you guys know what's coming. I'm excited for the new season. I think that it's a lot of good changes, few changes that I'm a little unsure about because I'm not sure how they'll fit into the meta, but I'm really excited overall. I think the devs did a really good job. I hope that it's a good season for all of you, and I'm looking forward to making the content.